stay tuned till the very end of this video, and I'll tell you not only how this compares to the competitors, but would I buy this SUV with my own money, you know, if I was in the market for like an SUV of this size and type and things like that.
I'm here with the new Nissan Murano. Brownish color. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I can respect it though. These, I believe, are 20-inch rims. It looks really good. Let me show you the front. They did refresh it for this year. It looks good. It looks aggressive. If you like their styling, you'll like it. It reminds me a lot of an Infiniti SUV, which it's based off of. So looks are always subjective, so I try not to talk too much about it. But I do have to say it looks like a modern, you know, futuristic SUV. Let's check out the cargo area back here. Power lift gate you can get on here. Very slow. Some of them are like super fast, some of them are super slow. Let's see what's under here as well. So you do get a full spare tire with the Bose subwoofer integrated down there. That's interesting. You can fold these seats flat, so you get a lot of cargo space. And you can put some big items in here with these seats folded flat. Let's see how you do it and if it's super easy. Sure enough, it is. So look at that. You can actually, if your seat was far enough forward, get all that cargo space fairly easily. Let's put that down, and let's go check out the interior and see if it's as nice inside as it is outside as well. So you can get like lots of different trim options and stuff like that on here. This one has wood, which I think is very, very, very nice and elegant. Pretty standard Nissan gauges. Again, more of that beautiful wood trim. It looks like an open port. It's actually not, though. The Bose stereo on here, even by Bose standards, it's okay. It doesn't even have surround sound and things like that. So you can skip that and do an aftermarket, you know, for a lot less money. If it comes with it, it's an okay stereo. Standard Nissan telematics here, nothing too crazy. They put the start-stop button there. Nice, lots of nice wood, dual cup holders, lots of nice storage there. And they even have the little smaller USB, which is kind of cool. Nice little storage area there. You can store many things. This looks like it would be a split. It's just cosmetic, again, with that wood in there. It's not actually split. Opening this up, this is very clever, though. There's many storage areas within the storage area, and there's an extra light in there. I thought that was going to be USB, but it's not. There are two USB though, as well as I believe there's one in back. There's more of these in the back seat as well. So lots of good stuff there. The seats on this one are nice. They're pretty comfortable. I don't think they have the zero gravity marketing, but they are very comfortable, nice seats to spend a lot of time in and things like that. And you can get a pano roof on here, which you know, looks very nice, opens and closes easily if that's something you want. There's a lot of luxury features on here.
So kind of getting the little like areas for improvement out of the way very early on. This has an engine that kind of traces its roots back to like a 350Z. It's like their 3.5 liter engine. They have a 3.7 now. They have some turbocharged engines. So the engine in the CVT in this car, you know, we'll talk a little bit more in the drive review. Those are the two big area of improvement.
Right, and here is that engine. Not too much to look at. I do like how it's set fairly far back. We'll talk about in the drive review if that helps things, and back and down. I thought for physics and center of gravity and stuff, that's actually pretty smart. And it should improve things in the drive review. Fairly standard 3.5 liter V6. Not much to talk about. Surprised they didn't put the battery in back to help with weight balance. More and more cars now are doing that, and so whenever one doesn't, it kind of surprises me. Unless this car already has a perfect 50-50, most cars are heavier in the front.
The Bose stereo, I would almost skip it. The bass is really good because it has the subwoofer and the tires I showed you back there. But there's no surround sound mode, things like that. So just kind of that stereo dates the car. The engine and the stereo, if they put a better engine and stereo, and then there's the steering, which we'll talk about also in the drive review, which is an area they could improve even before they fully redo this SUV in a few years. All right. So here's the key starting up the Nissan Murano. All right. Whoa. So yeah, very comfortable SUV. Don't know why my headrest is that high up. I'm not that tall. Very comfortable. I like the seats. I like the heated cooled seat option you can get with the wood. Nice package. It's not really part of the drive review, but it is part of the drive review because a lot of times if you're sitting in traffic. Now, safety tech on this guy is not that high compared to other Nissans that have like Pro Pilot Assist and stuff. It'll pull you back in your lane if you leave, and it has blind spot monitoring and a lot of stuff for the back, like cross traffic, but it doesn't have Pro Pilot Assist, so it can't like kind of actually keep you in your lane. Where at best it'll pull you back in. So that's that. Acceleration is pretty good. It's actually surprisingly robust for seeing it's a CVT, and the power numbers aren't that high as much as you'd imagine on this guy. So I thought that was pretty darn cool. The CVT is okay. It's not the worst CVT out there, and it's not the very, very best I've experienced either, but it's okay for most buyers of this car. The steering, as I promised you, I'll talk about. Let me see if I can like show it to you. I can move the steering wheel like this much. I can move the steering wheel this much. I mean, you can see it here, and get no movement from the steering wheel. For a parking situation, that's great. That might be something you want, right? But if you're actually driving on the street, having to move the wheel this much just to get any sort of response, put a sport mode in so you can change it. I understand a lot of people like loose steering. Put a sport button so you can touch it up. If I somehow missed a sport mode or sport button, an owner can tell me. Let me know in the comments. The only thing I saw was you can kind of put the transmission in a more aggressive mode, but that was it on this car. Because otherwise it actually is very competent. It rides well. The suspension's not particularly in turns and corners too it doesn't lean too badly. It's actually a pretty competent little SUV, CUV. So onto the competitors, that's kind of how it compares to the competitors too. There's competitors out there that have more power and things like that, and a few more features. Would I buy with my own money? If I could get one at the right price, I think I would. The price range of this jumps quite a bit, but on the lower end trims, it's a lot of nice SUV for the money. Some of the higher end ones, you're almost getting into Infiniti money, BMW money, things like that. So it's a little bit harder of a sell, at that. But you get so many nice features. You are essentially getting a rebadged or debadged, call it what you like, Infiniti here, and maybe you just don't want the Infiniti for whatever reason. Let me know any comments you have. This fairly quick review. Coming around back here, the LEDs here, I turned them on for you. Really, really nice looking as well. And while we're back here, let's just grab that dual tipped exhaust and see how that sounds. It sounds good on the 350. Let's see how it sounds on this car. Next time, my speedy racers, drive on. So stay tuned to the very end of this video, and stay tuned till the very end